Hi, my name's Dan, and I'm with Adderlow Networks and NightShift. In this dealer training video, I'm going to show you how you can do a starter kit activation when you're on site at a customer's house. This training is designed for dealers and installers who are going to install NightShift starter kits, but it can also be really useful for people who are just talking to customers about NightShift and they want to understand how this works and just how easy it is. If you don't know much about NightShift or how it works, I'd encourage you to go into the affiliate section of our website and look at the various training videos there. One of them is a NightShift dealer overview, which can be really useful. That can also be found on our YouTube channel. So outline of this training, basically just going to give a quick overview and reminder of what the NightShift starter kit is, then going to go through an overview of the activation procedure, followed by a quick demonstration of how it works. So the NightShift starter kit is an all-in-one package that contains everything you need to get going with NightShift. It contains a high-quality 802.11 AC router, specifically an Asus RT-AC52U. You can use this as the primary router in your house, or you can use it just to serve Netflix clients. It just depends on what's appropriate for a given location. We also include 64 gigabytes of storage. This is good for 30 hours of HD or 60 hours of SD content. And finally, the router and the NightShift software is all pre-configured and ready to go, which makes it really easy to set up. Our suggested retail price for this hardware package is $99. So there's a couple of comments to make about how NightShift starter kits work with dealers. So when you order a starter kit from your affiliate page, that starter kit is automatically attached to your affiliate account. This means that when it's activated, you'll automatically be credited with the sale without doing any pre-configuration or extra work. So this makes it really easy to have NightShift starter kits in the store or on the back of the truck to use as an upsell when you get on site, because you don't have to do anything ahead of time to make sure that you get credited with the sale. And also, of course, it's really easy to do the installation when you're on site. So before you do the activation, the first thing to do is to make sure that the internet and everything's all working fine. So if you connect the NightShift router to the internet connection, so your satellite modem, DSL modem, whatever internet connection you're using, and then attach a device to it, normally as you would through an Ethernet cable or through the Wi-Fi, and just visit a website. Just make sure that the internet's up. After you've done that, you can insert the USB drive that's included in the starter kit into the NightShift router. And finally, from that device, which is already connected to the internet through the NightShift router, all you have to do is go to activate.gonightshift.com. You can see the URL right there. Just as a quick reminder, all of this is documented as well in the documentation that comes with each individual NightShift starter kit. So once you've done that, basically what happens is the customer will be asked to enter their credit card billing information as well as an email address and a password, which will be used to create the account. So it's important that you let the customer do this part because if you enter your own credit card, you're going to be charged for the monthly NightShift subscription instead of the end customer, which is probably not what you want. After they've done the credit card and the login and email address and password, which creates the account, they will be prompted for the time period that NightShift should use to download. So this is going to vary depending on the individual service package. Often it's 12 to 5, but again, it depends on the individual package that you're using for the internet connection. After this is done, the customer will be redirected to the main NightShift page where you'll see a list of the routers. Should just be one there, and it will show that router as online and ready to go.
I'm going to take over from Dan and show you what this looks like in real time. So we're going to start by going to any internet browser, and we're going to go to activate.gonightshift.com. You do want to confirm that the wireless connection or hardwired connection is connected to NightShift before you do the activation. This is very important. So once on activate.gonightshift.com, you have two options. You can log in with an existing account. This would be rare in the case of dealers that there would be that a customer would already have an account. So here we're going to create a new account. Might be ideal to get your customer to do this themselves because they're going to be putting in their credit card information and they're the ones that need to remember their password. At this time it's a 10-character password. So once we go to create account, you'll see that the next step is to choose a NightShift plan. The customer has the option to pay monthly or pay yearly and save an additional 15%. And then they're going to enter their credit card information, which I'm going to do in private. And then they're going to click on Create Subscription and Activate. And on this page, you can see that the router is trying to complete the activation. So this can take several attempts. It shouldn't take too long. If you do get an error message, you'll probably need to double check that everything is wired correctly and that you're connected to the NightShift router. But generally, it's going to work for you. If you have any issues, contact us. And once it works, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see the router has now been activated. Hooray! Now you're going to go to complete the configuration, and you're going to choose the customer's time zone and the download window. This can be changed later, but it's good to get this set up now for the customer. So choose your time zone and choose the download window. So if there's bonus bytes because it's a HughesNet plan, you're going to set this for whatever the region is, like 2 a.m. to 8 a.m., for example. And then you're going to look at this block feature. We have some recommendations on the left about when this should and shouldn't be used, so you can read through that. And this is an option that can be changed in the future. So if you want to turn it on, great. If you don't, that's fine. The customer can go back and change it at a later time. But read through that and decide what would be best for that customer situation and their plan. And then we're going to update the configuration and continue. And now we've loaded the content page. This is what you want to see. You want to see this device is currently online. That means you're loaded, you're locked, you're ready to go. And the customer can watch this video on how to use NightShift. It's always a good idea, but we're just going to jump right ahead and show you how to download content and get it all scheduled. So we're going to do House of Cards. There's multiple seasons, so you use this drop-down menu. And let's load Season 4. Let's load the first few episodes. And the software is smart enough that after you watch a few episodes, it will automatically schedule the next 3 to download. It's predictive that way. And now you can see that there's 3 scheduled here to download. And once they're ready to play, then they'll show up in the ready to play section as being ready. And now let's try a movie. It shows up a little bit differently than a TV series with different seasons. It's simply clicking on the plus sign, which turns it into a check mark and then puts it on scheduled for download. You don't have to choose episodes, etc. for a movie. And let's do one more, just so you really get the hang of it. This is a show with just 1 season, so let's just schedule a couple of episodes for that. And you can see this fake customers content page is getting pretty loaded up. You can always change, as I mentioned, the downloading and blocking Netflix from the configure tab, so you can show the customer how they can go back in and change that if they want. It takes about 10 minutes to update, so if you're testing it, take that into consideration. On the stats page, this will show the customer the activity for the last 2 hours and the last 14 days, how much usage they used last month. If they're HughesNet or Exceed, it'll show them the bytes that they've used, the bytes that they have remaining, all from the stats page. But that isn't going to show up until we have the count correctly linked and we have used some content. So that is how you activate a new NightShift account with a subscription. If you have any questions or any trouble along the way, we're here to help. So please just reach out to us online through email or give our customer support line a call. Thanks for watching. Happy night shifting.